Hey everybody, welcome back to Starfyre Gaming. I am Sir Joseph, and this is episode 94? 5 of our Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. We just got done resting in Dresden because our corruption levels were getting up pretty high, and now we're off to go do our stuff. We're going to head out to the streets. And we'll chat with a couple of people. We haven't chatted with any of our characters for a while. See if any of them have anything new to say to us. So let's go check out Soziel first. Oh, Matt says Soziel is supposed to, maybe he's on the roof, up on the battlements. Yep, he's up here. All right. So we'll run up here and talk to him. Soziel is drawing a fortress on a hill with solid walls, looming towers, and knights bearing banners marching through its gates. You don't realize at first that you have been to this place before. The cleric's gift has rendered the lost chapel almost unrecognizable. Good afternoon, Commander. How can I help you? Now you know your brother used to be a Hell Knight. What do you think about that? I've always despised these people, but when my brother left the path of service to the goddess, he made a place for himself among them. And he did a lot of good, it seems. I don't know what to think. Perhaps I shouldn't have put Trevor on a pedestal. Perhaps I shouldn't have treated those knights so poorly. You see, I was quite fervent in my beliefs as a boy, and I thought the teachings of the goddess had already revealed to me all the truths I should know. Now I realize I didn't know a thing about the world around me or about myself. Perhaps this war will chew me up the same way it did Trevor, or perhaps his example will keep me from breaking. Thank you for talking with me. My pleasure. All right, got a little bit there. Let's come over here. We'll chat with the storyteller. We haven't hardly talked to him at all, so I'm sure he'll have some story for us. The blind elf whispers something under his breath. Hearing your steps, he turns to you slowly. Greetings, Joseph Starfyre. Have you brought me a new story? Let's see. Hand over the blood-stained page. I found it in the molten scar. The storyteller cringes and puts his hand on the blood-stained page. His face contorts in a painful grimace. His voice trembles with terror. No! He is here again! That terrible grating voice, the horrific semblance of a face, the monstrous appearance, myriad insects forming a body with 2 arms and 2 legs. He touches me, and the disgusting creature attacks my flesh, covering me. They are eating me. They are hungry and will devour everything except my eyes and tongue, so that I can see this damned page, so that I can translate its runes written in the ancient, long-forgotten elven language. And I translate. It hurts so much. I tried to lie to him. I changed the translation, but he saw through my lie. He got angry. Now I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I'm not. He takes one of the insects from my face and squishes it with his fingers over the inkwell. Then he dips the quill in it and writes with my blood right over the ruins, and I continue to dictate. Calistria, When will this be over? Let me die. Xanthir, let me die. The storyteller jerks back his hand, terrified. Oh gods, such horrible torture. This poor man was tortured to decrypt my notes. He was so tormented that his suffering became thick like molasses. My mind is drowning in it. My own memories are hidden by these images of horror. I can try to get through them, but I will need your help. Tell me everything you've seen and heard. I will try to lean on your words and use them as light in the darkness of my forgotten past. The storyteller takes the blood-stained page carefully, as though handling a dangerous insect. I see a magic shape. There is a force pulsating in its center. You've seen the ritual. Tell me, what was its central point? Its magic knot. I don't remember. I don't remember at all. I don't think it was over Lake of Lava. I want to say it was the Crusader, but I don't remember. Oh, well, let's say it was the Crusader. The tailor frowns. A dead man? I don't understand. I feel something else, a life, a living soul in the eye of a whirlwind. I don't understand how one ritual can tie up the energies of death and the abyss. Their currents in the world's ephemera are contradirectional. The storyteller sighs weakly. Forgive me, Commander. I cannot get any farther. Everything is vague and unclear, and the screams of the poor lad keep ringing in my ears. So I forgot. All right. I'm going to do one more thing here. Let's see. I found a page that might interest you. Storyteller takes your find. Yes, you're right. Another piece of evidence from the past I've forgotten. The old elf's expression becomes withdrawn. Thank you. If you find more pages like these, please bring them to me. Maybe by putting them together, I will be able to lift the veil of mystery surrounding my story. I found a page that might interest you. Yep, same thing, and same thing. Found another page. Same thing. Ah, here we go. Storyteller clenches the page you brought. His voice becomes a bit younger and more energetic. My hand touches a stone wall. The cold pierces my palm like the teeth of a hungry dog sinking into a piece of meat. I don't take my hand away. I let the stone enjoy my warmth in return for its service. It accepts my caress and my unasked question, the one it has been asked thousands upon thousands of times. Where should I go next? Behind me I hear a loud stomping of the minotaurs that guard this god-forsaken place. I tricked and outwitted them, leaving only a trace of my presence. There is darkness lurking up ahead, honing its swords, claws, and teeth in the hope that a rare traveler visits its lair. But today it will get no one. This labyrinth is alive. Its red-veined stone walls resemble the guts of a huge creature. If you keep still and listen closely, you can hear its breathing in the wind that sweeps through this place. Where do I go from here? Forward, to the place whence the wind carried a faint chuckle, whence comes the faint smell of ash, whence a few ages ago the demon lord Baphomet began his great escape. How are you able to evade all the dangers of the ivory labyrinth? Storyteller raises his chin proudly. Have you forgotten whom you are speaking to? I am the last Archmage of Kionin. I have been to many dangerous places, and this is just one of many. It won't be the last. Baphomet, are you inside his labyrinth? Yes, I'm traveling through the Ivory Labyrinth. This is not the most pleasant of my journeys, but it is necessary to reach my goal. What do you need from the Ivory Labyrinth? An answer to a question, a key to a secret, knowledge that can save many lives. A sliver of a smile appears on the storyteller's lips. My kinfolk were weaklings and cowards. They ran from danger, but one stood up to the enemy, and Baphomet will give me the weapon to win. Please continue. For several years, I have thought about how to defeat Earthfall. My enemy has no flesh and is impossible to kill. It blazes through everything in its path. It doesn't enslave but destroys life itself, and I have found the answer. I know how to save my world. Earthfall came to destroy Golorion. Its strike was brutal, and my world barely withstood it. But what if Earthfall was resisted by not one world, but several worlds at once? What if Heaven and Elysium came to help the dying Golorion? If I manage to merge my world with another one, meld them together, the power of that disaster will weaken. The Denzians of Golorion will be able to temporarily take shelter in the adjacent plane. Civilizations will not die. Our culture will continue to exist. We will not be forgotten. Baphomet, the cunning and insidious lord of Minotaurs, was once captive in Asmodeus's prison, but only 10 years passed before Baphomet was able to escape, taking his own prison with him. Much later became the Ivory Labyrinth, which later became the Ivory Labyrinth. Such an achievement deserves respect, and it is the goal of my research. Moving matter between planes is what interests me now. I stop near strange symbols, covering the wall of the labyrinth. I run my hand over them to ensure they are real. Encrypted riddles drawn by Baphomet during his imprisonment. I take out the dark-covered notebook and painstakingly cover the symbols into it. Behind me, two minotaurs are fighting, deceived by the net of spells I've wrapped around myself like a blanket. Do you want to connect the planes? That's dangerous. The elf is silent for a moment. When he talks, there is a disdain in his voice. Dangerous? Difficult? Almost impossible. But tell me, is the risk not worth the Thessalian Empire perishing before my eyes? Does Golgan, the Cyclops kingdom, deserve death? What about the Abeloth Empire? The storyteller moves his lips silently. Another plane will pay for saving Golorion. There will be wars, and then a new world will come. But we will survive. We will defeat Earthfall, and will not be condemned and history will not condemn the victors. A bark-covered notebook, the one your mentor gave you? The storyteller lowers his head, but a moment jerks it back up later. Yes, blinded by my pride, I tore it to pieces when I thought I would not follow my kinfolk. I am still not going to run, but the knowledge written in the notebook of my former mentor might serve my people. The elves managed to open a portal to Sovyeran and kept it open until all our people escaped from Golorion. Their cowardice deserves disdain, but their knowledge is unquestionable. I returned to Kionin and gathered the pieces of my torn notebook. Now it is my sword aimed at the heart of Earthfall. By combining the wisdom of the elves and the cunning of Baphomet, I will save the world. What happened next? I copied the strange symbols into the notebook. I haven't the slightest idea what these scribbles mean. What was the future Demon Lord thinking when he wrote them? While he was imprisoned in a cell with no way out, was he still in his right mind? I need help to understand these notes. Otherwise, decrypting them will take more time than Pharasma has given me. One of the Minotaurs behind me killed the other one, tore his heart out and devoured it. His blood-stained nose sniffs the air sharply. His bloodshot eyes shift from wall to wall. He senses a stranger, but he doesn't scare me. I am certain my powers and the spells hiding me. I've done my work and can now leave this place, and still I linger. What is this strange presence I feel behind me? Like someone is watching me, despite all the protective spells. Who are you? I ask carefully, not hoping for an answer. Darkness, a coy female voice whispers in my ear. Against my will, I shudder. The storyteller stops, talking for a long while. The vision ended at the most interesting moment, didn't it? He says bitterly at last. Please find the rest of the pages from the bark-covered book. I must know what happened next. Tell me about your journey to the ivory labyrinth. My hand touches the cold wall. Oh, yep. Behind me here, Minotaur guards. All right, this is just the same ones that we already went through. So I'm just popping through them. All right, thank you for your stories. All right, that's going to be it for now because that was a long story, and we'll come back to him next time we're here. We'll do more of the pages or maybe more of something else. All right. Let's go chat with Wooljiff. And I need to sell stuff anyways to the blacksmith. If I sell everything to the blacksmith, if I accidentally sell something I needed to not sell, it'll be here. The dissector. All right. I'm going to hang on to these because they might come in handy. Oh, we need to keep that. That's that throwing axe. We're going to hang on to it. Plus one flail. Hang on to that for right now. We want to keep that. Great Axe of Rovagug. It's intermediary steps. We need to keep that one. Okay, we can get rid of this. We're going to hang on to this. Bunch of spears. Bunch of swords. Rage of Ice, we'll hang on to that. Sunstroke. Gonna keep the flaming lockpick because you never know. hang on to that. And those will hang on to that. Come on, there we go. All right, sell that stuff. And because I didn't do this initially, let's do this now. So we know none of those things here, so we need to go to Wooljiff. All right. +1. Target becomes blinded on a confirmed critical hit. +2 makes 2 additional actions. Critical multiplier is ×3. +2 cold iron dagger. Oh, when the wielder casts a force spell, deals additionally 2 damage per die. Wow, that's... It might be worth giving to Nenyo. Make her magic missiles even better. Let's do that. Triumphant Noontide. I believe we have an elf with a small sword. Let's see, +3. Whenever the enemy hits a wielder, this +2 shield with any touch attack. Covers 2d6. +3 on the effects or create sacred. Each time the wielder bashes with the shield, it deals d6 holy damage. Creature dies, a will-o-wisp pierced for 10 minutes or until new will-o-wisp. This will-o-wisp will try to heal and support your characters. Yeah, let's swap out that. Chainmail of the Dragonfly. Too heavy. She can't wear any of the armor. What have I got here? I got hide and studded armor. Oh, he can't wear any of them. Yep, she's wearing better. Be activated once per day. Grant all allies +1. And it's better armor. Let's go ahead and put that on her. Now she's overweighted, so let's go ahead and put that back. Better, but it gets rid of that DR3. Lighter, which gives a straight up DR3. It's going to overweigh her again. Yep, that overweighs her as well. Let's see. It's also 20 pounds lighter. Well, he can wield it. I think we're going to keep him with what he's wearing. Alright, now let's see. We got a +1 ring. I got a +2 ring of protection here. Alright, looks like we've done all of that stuff. Alright, we want to hang on to those. We want to keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Oh, I didn't look at all of these, did I? Well, next time I'll do this. I don't want to spend too much more time messing with this stuff. Alright, that's enough for now. Alright, where's Woljif? He's supposed to be around here. There's Woljif. Let's chat with him real quick. Hey, Chief, want to talk? Alright, so it's just using his Tiefling connections. I don't really want to do that just yet. I have to go. Let's talk later. Alright, so we're going to go over here. Peasant, noble, citizen, me, Thorn, peasant, noble. Talk to Thorn real quick. Greetings, Commander. Now that I've almost recovered from my injuries, I can finally track down my target and put an end to her misdeeds. I suspect that you might become an ally in this mission, but now I feel capable of dealing with her on my own. I've met other elves that look just like Kalisa. A gloomy shadow crosses his face. He remains silent for a while, then says reluctantly, "A few years ago, a sect of demon worshippers was uncovered in Kyonin. They were followers of Daskari, who had been brought together by his priestess Anamora. Naturally, as soon as the truth was revealed, a hunt for those evil zealots was called. They were all marked with the same brand of darkness as their leader, the wicked Kalisa. Excuse me. The sect was soon destroyed, but some of the cultists managed to escape. I pursued them in order to eradicate their evil root and branch." Sighing heavily, his lip curls in an expression of bitterness. "It is a great shame that the children of a noble nation have besmirched themselves with this taint, and I would be grateful if this conversation were kept between us. I have to go. Good fortune to you." So that changed. Let's see. Wait for Kalisa's schemes to be revealed. Oh, that one's not marked with the red thing anymore. Price of Knowledge. Dusk of Dragons. Still have the Dragon Hunt. Explore the Ivory Sanctum. The Riddles. Finian. Till Death Do Us Part. All right. Jewelry Artisan.
Let's move.
That's probably where we need to go. Do my eyes deceive me? The victorious Knight Commander himself has paid a visit to my shop. Such an honor! Such an honor! A dignified dwarf in a luxurious, beautifully adorned garment bows before you, but before turning to Sela, "You are most welcome as well, Iomedes faithful. It is a pleasure to see so many brave crusaders within these walls. I am Derek Sunhammer, the jeweler. This shop is one of many that I own." "Ah, Master Derek himself. I heard the only place one is likely to bump into you is at a royal reception." "Not at all. My wares are expensive, not least because I have to buy costly metals and gems, and also pay for the security of shops and workshops throughout Mendev and beyond its borders. My prices limit the cycle of my clientele, but that doesn't mean I myself shun all those not in possession of a noble title." Master Derek gives you a warm smile. "I must say again, I'm very glad to see you here. Why did you decide to open a shop on the front line of the war?" "There are two sides to me, if I can put it that way. I am both a merchant and an artist. For the artist in me, the crusade is a limitless source of inspiration. In recent years, I have crafted very few delicate items, plant and flower patterns, you know. My current preference is for heavier, larger jewelry, dark metal, expensive gems and cool colors, everything that reminds me of steel armor and the calming weight of a shield in your hand, the clash of weapons. But the merchant in me sees something else in Dresden, a risky but potentially fruitful new market. If you succeed in your noble crusade and defeat or at least push back the demons, the city will thrive, and whoever is first to make a splash here will reap the rewards. Those are my motives, inspiration and greed in equal measure." Master Derek makes a helpless gesture. "Sela wants to talk to you about something." "You have my full attention." The dwarf strokes his beard. It's simple, master. You might remember that a while ago, Sir Elan of the Hound Hearts ordered a ring from you, a silvery ring with a blue-green gem. I would like to buy something similar, but I only have this much money. If what Sela is offering is not enough, I will help. Come on, Joseph Starfyre. Sela is embarrassed. I only invited you along for advice. I can handle the expenses myself. Oh, I would advise you not to reject the commander's help out of hand. With his participation, I can offer you something truly special that fits your description perfectly. A ring with a blue-green gem, just as you described. This is one of my latest creations, and I'm very proud of it. Alas, for your own funds, my dear, there's only enough for my plainest ring, and the gem is not the bright of color. At 1,000 gold coin. We need the very best. Sela sends you a grateful look. Master Derek lowers his head respectfully and retrieves a box from the bag on his belt, opening to reveal an exquisite ring with a glittering blue-green jewel. He lets the light play on the gem's facets, then places the box in Sela's hand. This is a special item, and I'm glad to see it go to someone as worthy as yourself. For how could the commander's friend be anything but? May it bring you good fortune to its owner. Now, if you'll excuse me, I don't usually make sales in my own shops. I have golems for that. Besides, I prefer spending my time at my workbench, not behind the counter. But I was glad to serve you, Commander, and your valiant companion. All the best. Well, that's that, that's that done. Sela stows the ring box. Come with me to the barracks to give the ring to Elan, will you? After that, we can go to the tavern and have a few drinks. Are you happy with what you bought? Well, yes. The truth is, I just needed a reason to talk to him and show that I want us to patch things up. I'm not great at this friendship stuff, but I'm trying. Well, let's go. All right, now to the barracks. Oh, he's just going to walk us there. Dresden is a nice little town, and since we got here, it's really transformed. It looks better than ever. I don't care what anybody says. I like life in the Crusade. So many different something else. When I go to pray to the Sword of Valor, this feeling of total calm comes up. Oh, yeah. The fortress walls won't protect us against flying demons, of course, but still, I can breathe a... Yep, all right, that's gone as well. Just kind of missed out on most of that stuff. Sela, Knight Commander. Elan seems a little discomfited. Good to see you. Not this again. Well, to avoid a drawn-out conversation, I'll get to the point. I got you a gift. It's, well, a ring to replace the one Curl stole. Oh, Sela, thank you so much. But you shouldn't have. I've already apologized to you for how I behaved back at camp, and I'll say it again. I don't blame you for anything. We fought shoulder to shoulder here in Dresden. Can't we just let bygones be bygones? Sure we can. But take the present. Your wedding is right around the corner. Sela puts the ring in the knight's hand. Do you still distrust me and the power I've gained, Elan? The knight endures your look and answers smoothly. Yes, Commander, I still have my doubts. I'm just a warrior. I have faith in the gods' will, but I'm used to relying on things I can understand, things I know. An honest sword, a prayer passed down through the generations. Don't take it as a sign of disrespect. It would be more disrespectful to lie to your face. Did you know we found Janna? After she ran off, she was taken by demons? So I heard, and I'm not surprised. She did just let us down. She didn't just let us down. She let herself down too. By the way, when's the long-awaited wedding? Very soon. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. It would be a tremendous honor if you would come to the wedding, or to my wedding. We're going to hold it not far from the walls of Dresden, to the east toward the river. Sela's already been invited. Now I'm asking you. You showed so much kindness to me when you helped me look for that ill-fated ring. I simply must repay you somehow. Besides, Kiana would simply love to meet you, and I can't deny her anything. I wonder if this where Curl's going to show up with his demons. This is great. Say you'll go, Joseph Starfyre. We'll have so much fun. Aren't you worried about holding the wedding outside the city walls? We chose a place that is still within range of the holy power of the Sword of Valor. My fellow hound hearts will be there, and Kiana and her friends know how to handle themselves. Of course, the location is not entirely risk-free. Nowhere in the Whirlwind is. But it is as protected as it can be, and the territory has been much calmer since your victory. I'll be there. Thank you, Commander, and you, Sela, for the gift. So long, my friend. Sela turns to you. Thanks for coming for a walk with me. It's nice to take a breather between fights sometimes. Hold on. Excuse me. It's nice to take a breather between fights sometimes. I hope we have a good time at the wedding. All these battles and divine powers, we need to make sure we don't lose touch with ordinary life. All right. To a wedding. There's the exit. That is what the thing said we need to do, right? Yep, visit the wedding. Take our normal crew. See, Baphomet cultists have not the slightest idea about. Yep. All right. Meadows, I'm assuming we can get there from here. And Sela has to be there. Quick little jaunt to a meadow. You want the story of the Fifth Crusade to go differently? Commander, Sela, you're here. Elan is trying so desperately to hide his excitement, it's almost comical. Welcome! I'm a little confused. Where are the musicians? The crowd of drunken guests. Last wedding I went to, we got the priest drunk off his face. Oh, please don't try that here. We've already had enough trouble. Kiana worships Desna, Iomede. In the end, we invited a priestess of Abadar to conduct the ceremony so that no one would be offended. Congratulations! But where's the bride? Let me tell you everything. Before the official ceremony, all of the guests are enjoying themselves at two venues. The one to the right has been organized by my hound hearts, and the one to the left by Kiana's friends. Each venue has its own theme, but I won't tell you which is which. It will be more fun to see for yourselves. Both venues have food and drink, and a little contest where you can win prizes. Kiana is greeting guests at her venue, and I'm leaving for mine now. I have a special role to play there. Enjoy, Commander. There is still time before the beginning of the ceremony. Sela, thank you for coming too. All right. So have fun and then talk to the priest. Horse, 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 horse is a horse, of course. If anyone else is a horse, of course. There's a skeleton over there. Yes, bridesmaid. Let's go talk to Kiana. No, we're going to talk to Kiana whether we want to or not. A slender young woman in a flowing dress walks towards you. The first thing you notice is her eyes. They are striking blue-green. Greetings, travelers, to the secret stepped land of Ustalav. You have come to the kingdom of grim mysteries of exquisite secrets. I, the vampire priestess, am delighted to see you at my castle. After a pause, the girl smiles coyly. I'm glad to finally meet you, Commander. Sela, I am Kiana, soon to be the wife of that unfortunate knight who invited you here. Sela rolls her eyes. Horrible. Imagine walking through the world wound and then, bam, you're in Ustalav. I'm not even sure if a paladin is allowed a feast with a vampire princess. It's lucky for you. Oh, it's lucky you are not a follower of Pharasma, valiant Sela. Arsino, the priestess of Abadar, is a short distance away from the Happy Pride. Although I'll admit, I'm not used to feasting with the undead either. Oh, stop it. My friends and I are completely harmless vampires. We won't bite. Kiana laughs musically. Truth be told, we chose the theme Ustalav because it lets us wear beautiful dresses, light candles, and drink red wine all evening, pretending it's blood. I personally can't think of a better way to celebrate my wedding. Oh, vampire princess, I am honored to be your guest. Welcome, guest. My castle, may it be humble, but I hope it will entertain you.
Something over there.
I found something.
Right.
Follow me.
All right.
I'm glad I was useful to you.
Received a marzipan bone. The skeleton has a slight sheen to it. Judging by its texture, it is made of marzipan. The doggy. Oh, can't interact with the doggy. All right. I'm guessing that's where the service will take place. A face steps into your path. You suppose he must be a Houndheart, but his knight's armor is mixed with gaudy items, and there are fake wings festooned to his back. Halt, travelers! You are stepping into a wonderful land, the charmed land, the most perfect land ever created by the gods, the first world. And I am its guard. the beautiful Fey guard mistress. But before you enter, answer my question. What is the key that opens every gate? Tentacles. That's hilarious. Um, Valor or love? Valor or love? Valor! Indeed, for it was the valor of my comrade Elaine that won over the heart of the beautiful Kiana. Now you may enter and learn the mysteries of the past and fight for the treasure of our Fey leader, or ruler. The Fey points to the middle of the tent, where seated on its throne is none other than Alan. His head is crowned with faked horns, a green cape sweeps over his shoulders, and his torso is proudly bare. Is Alan pretending to be the Wild Hunt monarch? He is the monarch, the true ruler of the magical land of the first world. The Fey lowers his voice. The pride is particularly taken with the costume. Fey, what is this tiara you are wearing? It is so beautiful and exquisitely crafted. Wow, 1400 XP for that. That's a good perception check. This is the tiara of beautiful Fey. To tell you the truth, I borrowed it from my sister as a prop. It was a gift from some admirer of hers. She's gone off with him now and doesn't wear it anymore. But I believe it's the work of Sunhammer himself. It's a good thing it's not a real Fey tiara. Real Fey tiaras can make strange things happen. You put one on and donkey ears might grow out of your head, Sela grumbles. What is the Fey ruler's treasure? It is a priceless artifact, which our monarch has owned since the dawn of time. It looks exactly like an ordinary broom, but don't be fooled into thinking we Fey simply failed to find any good props. So the artifact. The monarch used to own it, but then a tremendous predator, the most fearsome of any who live in the forests of the first world, sneaked in to the treasury and stole it. The predator lives in a secret lair, which is conveniently located in the area. Everyone who makes it through the enchanted wilds of the first world and reaches the beast's lair will get a reward. Damned old-timer Sela hasn't played games like this since her thieving days. But we've got to accept the challenge, Joseph Starfyre. We want to take part in the treasure hunt. All right, then. All right. Then I'll repeat the rules. You need to search our corner of the first world and find our amazing broom-shaped artifact. But first, you need to answer a few riddles. You'll see and come face to face with the dangerous predator, and then you'll get the reward.
March
Okay.
on. It is done. Onwards.
Oh, hello, adventurer. You must be looking for the artifact that was stolen from the Wild Hunt monarch. I am the beast who crept in and snatched the artifact. I've taken steps to prevent the stolen property from being returned to its rightful owner. Namely, I placed the true artifact among several things. You will never guess which one is real. The beast points to a few identical brooms. Are you the predator, the most formidable beasts of the forests of the first world? Actually, I'm a lawyer, Nerosian, and a friend of Elan. The predator makes a hapless gesture. But when they were giving out rolls for the celebration, Guess who was appointed a magical beast? They say I was the hairiest fellow in the party. It's alright. I have my own wedding coming up. I'll even the score then. What will happen if I choose one of the fake artifacts? According to the rules, you are supposed to turn to stone if you take the wrong rune. I mean, artifact. But to be honest, I'm willing to help you out. I actually forgot which one I marked as the right one. So I can just take the broom and go. There was supposed to be a battle with the Predator, but I'm not drunk enough for that yet. So just take any broom and go. Don't forget to give it to Elan. The Monarch will give you the reward for returning the artifact. Elan is trying very hard to maintain his aloof demeanor, but he can't help breaking into a smile every few moments. Mortals! You have returned my artifact, and I shall reward you forthwith. We Fey Monarchs are noble beings and not evil at all. Color me surprised. Friend, I never thought I'd see our straight-laced Sir Elan come to his own wedding dressed up as a fancy princeling, or as a fey princeling. I'm begging you, no jokes about the horns, please. I don't want to be remembered as the cuckold bridegroom. Elan sighs and then starts smiling again. I don't know if you've ever fallen in love, Sela. I don't remember you ever talking about it. But when it happens, you are no longer who you once were. I suppose I didn't expect this of myself either. But Kiana was so desperate to have an unusual wedding. I thought to myself, if unusual is the goal, then I should do something I've never done before. The wedding is great. I'm having fun. All the guests keep telling me that. That means it was worth it. And now, if you please, I'd like to return to my role. Please continue enjoying the festivities. All right. Well, we are right about that hour mark. So instead of digging into a deep, probably fake shakeout. Okay. Instead of digging back into more conversations, let's go ahead and call it here. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. I have been Sir Joseph. As always, you guys have been awesome. Stay safe out there. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.